Hey, good morning, everybody. Hope you're all doing very well. It's 7 in the morning right now. It's June 29th, Thursday, and it's almost the end of the month already. Can you just imagine that? Just a few months ago, we were starting that bull run in Bitcoin at the beginning of January there. And that was 6 months ago. And now 6 months has passed. And every time a month finishes, it just means that we're one step closer to a possible bull market that will be upcoming. I still believe, based on the momentum right now, based on BlackRock filing for the ETF, which we don't know if it's going to get approved or not, but based on their history, based on their track record of success, they clearly have connections. So there's a high chance of this getting approved. And when it does, or if it does get approved, we can see a lot of institutional money pouring into crypto. And who knows when they're going to start opening up to these major institutions. But based on how Bitcoin ended up rallying to this $31,000 support again, and how we're attempting to break it for the second time this year already, it could mean that there will be multiple attempts coming up as well this year. And leading up into quarter 4, there could be a accumulation period that will also lead up to the Bitcoin halving in April of 2024. So there's been a lot of price action, lots of Bitcoin dominance that I've been picking up. Also, the market cap for overall of crypto has also been picking up as well. We've seen a surge of altcoins move for the first time in a very long time that are consistent with multiple coins moving at the same time. Back then, we were seeing coins move maybe 5%, 10% at most, and maybe 1 to 3 coins at most per day that were moving. And it was a very difficult period to trade because in a bearish market or sideways market, we're going to see maybe one coin that's going to move that particular day. So it's slim pickings, maybe 2 or 3 coins. Let's say you're comparing it to a bull market where you're having multiple coins, right? In a sideways or a bearish market, if you only have 3 coins that are moving a little bit, your pickings are not the best. And in fact, of those 3 coins that have moved, maybe some of them are not forming the ideal pattern. Maybe some of them are not pulling back properly. Maybe some of them are just not ideal for you to enter a position because you might have missed it, or just the formations, the patterns, the price action is not to your standards and your criteria to enter a trade. Whereas in a bull market, you're going to see about 20 coins move 20 to 30% a day. And because there are so many different coins that are moving that particular day in a bull market, you're going to have a ton of opportunities to choose multiple coins to trade, where of those 20 coins, there might be multiple great setups for you to pick and choose from. So when you have a larger selection pool of coins to trade, you're going to have a higher probability of finding a solid coin to trade with a really good entry. And lately, we've been seeing a lot of great coins that have been moving to the upside. Like PayPay was one of the big hitters, and we're going to take a look at some of the coins that have moved this week as well. Like Bitcoin Cash, that has done about 110%. So in the past 7 days of trading alone, I'm up about 7,200 American dollars, which is a pretty significant amount in my opinion, because that's about 10,000 Canadian dollars. And the whole month I was kind of worried. I was on a vacation in Canada. I was flying business class. I was renting expensive Airbnbs. I was taking my friends out to dinner. I was spending a lot of money. So, and which is something I don't really do often, right? Usually when I travel, I'm just staying with my parents and keeping it low key. And this time was pretty low key, but of course I saw some friends, went to a really great wedding. If you're watching this, Dan, thank you very much for the invitation to the wedding and a great night. And I was stressed out because I had all these things going on at the beginning of June. Oh no, the market sucks. I'm not making any income. And then bam, I ended up making 10,000 Canadian dollars really quickly in the span of like 7 days, trading coins like PayPay and BCH. And because of this market that's changing, because of Bitcoin that's moving to the upside now after that announcement by BlackRock ETF. And there's been many other factors leading up to that as well, of course. We've seen a surge of altcoins move to the upside. And I don't think it's alt season quite yet, to be quite honest, because Bitcoin dominance is just too high right now. When Bitcoin reaches maybe 60%, and if Bitcoin breaks above this $31,000 to $32,000 range, that's been a resistance since April of 2021, we might finally see Bitcoin surge to a higher Bitcoin dominance and a higher price range, getting out of this resistance zone. Then eventually Bitcoin will fall off slowly. People will take some profit. People are going to enter short positions. There's going to be a loss of market capitalization for total crypto. And eventually, when there's a dip, perhaps Bitcoin will reach a bottom and altcoins are going to be injected with money so we can finally have an altcoin season. So let's take a look right now at what's going on in the market. And I'll talk really quickly about some of the trades that I took. My Discord group is absolutely on fire right now. And just to show you the position that I'm in for the day, this is not something I normally do, but I want to let you guys know very clearly that what my position is for the day. So right now I am in a Bitcoin short position. I've actually been in it for almost 18 hours now. So I'm swinging this guy. And the reason for that is because I'm moving in 2 days. I don't really have all that time to day trade. I'm in a $68,000 position right now. And I'm looking for a short on Bitcoin Cash for these reasons right here. There are 5 clear Elliott wave counts. This over here, I'm unsure of what it is, but I would believe it is WXY corrections that are not part of the overall wave. So therefore, I'm counting this structure as a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, something like this in here. Something like that where there's 5 waves. And I believe there's a very clear trendline support and resistance where it is squeezing. And I believe if we fall down, we're going to hit this lower end to possibly make a head and shoulders pattern. And then eventually it's going to break to the downside further. And let me just give you a very clear example of how this head and shoulders could possibly end up forming. So here we got the left shoulder. Here we got the right shoulder. Looks something like that. And then this is going to probably bounce something like that. So this is probably the best way I can show you right here. I know it doesn't look ideal, but that's how the structures are likely going to be. So if you end up taking a look at this particular trade setup here, it would be assuming that you enter on a break and then you would target somewhere on the lower trend line right there. And that would seem to make a great RR with your stop loss slightly back into that resistance or former support that's now a resistance. And that's going to yield you an RR of about 4 to 1. I entered a little bit early because I want to get into position while adding another $40,000 to total about 100K for my position. And then if you take a look at the Fibonacci retracement here, you're going to see that even at the lower end of this trend line right here, which is the target, I'll change it to yellow to make it more visible. You can see that it's only around a 236 Fibonacci retracement. So if it does end up bouncing here, for example, I might take some of my profit, and then if it retraces upwards to make the right shoulder, that's where I'm likely to add more to my position. And then the next wave could come down to, I would say, roughly the 382 Fibonacci region for a very conservative target over here. So this trade is going to yield me a substantial profit of, I'm guessing, about $10,000. You don't need to trade every single day. Right now, I'm up not much at all. I have got to refresh this because sometimes it lags right now. There we go. Just hang on tight here. I don't know why Binance is always lagging. So I'm up about $380 on it right now. And 212, I might take some of my profit around that particular range, which is right around here, right? 212, right around there before it hits it to just preemptively take some profit and then get a bounce up there. So if you guys are interested in my strategies, I'm telling you, man, there are a lot of happy students in my Discord group, and I've got a really good deal going on right now. Super killer deal. And take a look at all these happy people that have received their books already. I've got right now the Ultimate Bull Market Package Strategy Guide, and it's going to come with the online courses, 26 hours of online courses. It teaches you my $1 million strategies that I'll be using in this upcoming bull market. So it's going to come with my course that will teach you my exact bull market strategy. It's going to come with the lifetime Discord membership where you get access to my private trading group where we've got tons of members, and it's a like-minded community. So if you surround yourself with really poor people, I'm sorry to say that, right? And they have no motivation and they have no goals, you're probably not going to achieve too much if that's your average of the group of friends that you have. But let's say you start hanging around with very wealthy people who are very motivated, who are very inspired, who have specific set of skills that can help you grow your business or whatever skills you want to pursue or whatever business you want to pursue. The chances of you hanging around with being successful when you're hanging around with a group of very wealthy and inspired and motivating people, your chances of success is going to be very, very high. So this is what this Discord group is for. It's so you can be in a community of like-minded people that also want to achieve success, that have skills that can help you answer a lot of these questions that you might have. It's gonna fast track you to success if you're in the right group. If you're with the right mentor, with the right person that will run this group, I know for a fact that I'm going to help you reach the success and where you want to be. You're also going to get this book mailed out to you. A lot of happy customers so far. It comes with the book, super high quality. Comes with the Team Philakone LED lamp, a custom-made bookmark. Comes with a certificate of ownership as well, and a commitment to day trading success. So you're going to get all of this mailed out to you, and everyone has been very happy with it. And right now, it normally goes for $995. But it's on sale right now. Give me a DM. I'm willing to give you a crazy discount because I am leaving to go to Bodrum in 3 days and it needs to be sold and shipped before then. So let me know if you're interested. Check out the link in the description to my homepage here. Right now I've got actually 61 left. I just haven't updated this. 61 books left. It tells you everything that you need. So check it out, guys. I think that it's time for you to invest in yourself. Time for you to learn my strategies, to see what I can teach you, to see how you can integrate my strategies into your day-to-day trading. I know for a fact that when you see my strategies, when you actually take a course, okay, and you sit down and you go through a really structured course that's designed to teach you from the beginning, you're going to be like, oh man, why didn't I do this earlier? That's what a lot of people have been saying. So when I win this trade, I'm 80% sure I'm going to win this trade, right? I'm only going to do this one time for this video to show you guys my position and what exactly I'm taking. But you guys are not going to see this every day. You got to be in the Discord group. You got to learn my strategies to really take advantage of this. So now let's take a look at Bitcoin and see what this is doing. So Bitcoin to me, I'll say straight up right now, is bearish short to medium term. Okay, medium as in like maybe like a month or two. Definitely bearish short term, like in the next week or two. And long term, very bullish. Long term as in 6 months to a few years and on. Okay, so let's talk about, first of all, this trend line that we see. This trend line that we see has been developing since January, early this year. They are massive trend lines and they need to be respected because psychologically everybody sees this as well. So we acknowledge it as a support. All right. So here we see the break. The original break was right here. This one right there. As soon as it broke, it formed a trend line of about 2 months of a resistance. And then after it broke to the upside, that was your signal to probably accumulate or to enter a long position if you chose to trade Bitcoin. And let me give you an example, okay, of how you could have traded it. So the way that you could have traded this is, first of all, the breakout happens. The yellow line on a low time frame looks ugly. But if you go on a higher time frame, it's very clear cut. All these regions that poke up, they're just bear trapped regions. So then you see it break to the upside. And then as soon as it breaks to the upside, right, this one here was a bull trap. The first one. You got to wait for a retracement and a break on the high, okay? On a break on the high. So I don't think a 30-minute would have been doing justice on that time frame. But say you go on a 30-minute, you see some very clear patterns that form like that, okay? The way that I draw resistances is always on the body. The wicks that go above, they are bull trapped regions. So you see this resistance that forms over how many days? Over 15 hours. So when there's a pattern that forms, you buy it on the breakout of the next pattern. How do you do that? The way that you do this is when it breaks out, you zoom into a lower time frame. You zoom into a lower time frame, any time frame. So here it looks ugly, right? But we saw it on the other time frames that it was really nice on the 30. And as soon as you see a small pullback, okay, small pullback, you can buy in the dip or you buy in the breakout. This is called trading the continuation, where you get confirmation that the trend is going to continue. So you could have entered right around here, around 27,100 for a really gigantic rally. Okay, so that was one way you could have traded it. And as you can see, on a higher time frame, we have double topped currently. We have reached this region twice. Never see a resistance as one set price. Always see a resistance as a range. That's the better way to see it, in my opinion, because in crypto, especially because of highly leveraged markets, you're going to see the potential for some massive bull trap regions. For example, over here, we saw that Bitcoin broke above this high of 31,000, like this high over here from the left. It broke above it, right? We were at 31,063, that's the high. It went all the way up to 31,500 by about 1.5%. But of course, it got rejected and it came right back down. So that's a major resistance to me right now that we've identified already. And if I had to make a major prediction, my prediction would be that we're going to hit this lower range right around 27,000 to 28,000. So wherever that you're seeing it, this is probably the best place to take a look at it. So I'm just going to try to draw a rotated triangle here. But hopefully this will make sense. So you guys know what I mean? Like this, I'm trying to draw it the best I can. Right here. So this is probably the best place for you to be interested in it, wherever it is along this path over here. So if it hits 27,000, maybe not 27, but like 27 to 28, wherever this range may be, that's going to be a heavy accumulation period for myself, because I'm going to take that chance that we're eventually going to hit down over here in that range, and then maybe we'll get up there again. Maybe we'll hit it one more time, and then we're going to eventually break to the upside, because by the time that comes around, it's going to be like September, October already, leading up into Q3 or Q4 rather. And once Q4 begins, it's the halving. The halving is just around the corner. So this makes a lot of sense in my eyes for us to be very interested in this particular setup that's giving us clues there might be a breakout. And based off of just simple time analysis, you can see right down over here that the end of the triangle is around August to September. So that's leading up to the Bitcoin halving. And if that happens, we're finally going to break the major resistance that we see from way back over here. This needs to be acknowledged, this major resistance from way back in the days. So we hit it the first time in January, and then we hit it 3 times back in May, June, and also July. So this was literally a period of like 60 days of a bounce. And then we hit it here again for 30 days here this time. So it goes all the way back for 2 years and 6 months already, this resistance. So if this makes sense, this triangle is going to form, and then once it forms, it's finally going to break this ugly pattern of the $31,000 to like $32,000 range. This makes a lot of sense in my eyes, and just based off of, actually, I'm not going to do, I'm going to leave out moving averages, RSI, MACD, etc. this time, and I'll focus on that the next time in the next video. It's been about 20 minutes already, so I'm going to leave you guys with this thought right now of how bullish we are longer term, but maybe short term to medium term, as in the next 2 months, we might be bearish, and there's a high chance that we're going to hit this particular region down over here to form an ascending triangle to eventually break out by Q4. I know these are some very specific predictions, but that's all right. Predictions, it's going to help me do very well, I believe, in this upcoming market. So just quickly on my trade right now, I'm up about $600 right now, and it's trying to make a break over here again. So this seems to be a very good setup to me. I'm going to be watching this with my Discord group all day. I look forward to having a lot of you as my students for the Ultimate Bull Market Strategy Guide Book Package Edition. So make sure you are DMing me And I'm going to give you an amazing deal to start your learning today so you can be integrated into my strategies, so we can be successful together, so I can live trade with you in the Discord group in the next bull market that's coming. So have yourselves a great day, and thank you very much for watching this video. If you enjoy my content, you know what to do. Hit that like button, subscribe. If you haven't subscribed to my YouTube already, I don't post often, but when I do post, it's definitely high quality content in my opinion. So thank you very much for watching, and have yourself a great day. Bye now.